Hi, I'm Joe Skimmerelli, and this is What's in Your Glass. And today we're going to be talking about wine glasses. And as you can see what's in front of me, I have a lot of wine glasses in my home, a lot of different wine glasses in my home. So I was asked, let's guess by who, I was asked, do we really need all of these wine glasses in our home? And the truth is, we don't. Bottom line is we all only really need these two glasses. One proper universal red wine glass and one proper universal white wine glass. That will take care of 99% of the world's They will take care of 99% of all your wine drinking. They really will. There isn't one red that doesn't work in this glass. There's maybe one white that doesn't work in here, maybe two whites. A white Rioja, maybe a big chunky Chardonnay that's over oaked. Not good in this glass, but 99% of all your white wines will work great in this universal white wine glass, and this will be great for universal red. So what's a universal red wine glass? Probably about 16, 18 ounces, maybe 8, 9 inches tall, dishwasher safe. Drop it, it's not going to necessarily break, and if it did, the $4 or $5 it cost you, not going to mean a whole heck of a lot. This is 99% of what we use in our home for all red wine. As a matter of fact, my wife uses this half the time for her white wine drinking as well. So what's the importance of a proper glass? Well, it was proven by a Japanese medical group many years ago doing some crazy study with some wild cameras that show the ethanol vapors as they escape out of the glass. So let's use this as an example. So ethanol vapors. You put your wine in the glass and the ethanol vapors travel up the glass on the inside. The shape of the glass has an impact on the density and the position of those vapors as they travel out of the glass and into your nose. And why does that matter? It matters because the ethanol vapors carry the aromatic compounds into your nose. And the aromatic compounds are responsible for the vast majority of the flavor you get from your wine. So it's huge that we have the correct wine glass. Now, do we need this correct wine glass or this correct? Do we need this correct or this correct wine glass for every different wine? Maybe, but the truth is we're not going to do that. What we did is we came up with the right wine glass. This is a universal wine glass. It has the right shaped bowl. It has a nice stem. It has a nice open rim that's going to be almost perfect for every red wine that you're going to drink. So what makes this work? Okay, so let's start with red. Red is easy. Bigger is better. That's easy. Bigger is better. Almost every red wine's going to be better in a bigger glass. Gigantic glass for big monster Bordeaux and your big chunky cabs, perfect. Why is that better? Because they're tannic wines. They're big, they're bold, they're tannic. I need to make sure that I first pour my wine to the level of the high point, or somewhere in that ballpark, the high point of the bowl, right? Why? Well, first of all, because it makes it easy to swirl and I don't have to spill it. Number two, it keeps my nose away from the wine. That's important because these are tannic wines. They need to get air in them. We need some time for those ethanol vapors to get to my nose, or else it's going to be an over-tannic wine. Why? Because your nose is too close to the wine. Get your nose away. Use a bigger glass. But the truth is the universal wine glass works fine almost all the time for that. Other than that, we have a couple of other different shapes. We can talk about specific shapes related to spicy Syrahs. Big bowl, tight up top. This way that they get some air and control those spices as they release out of the bottle. Maybe more importantly, since many people today are drinking Pinot Noir, and of course I'm a Burgundy drinker, which is also Pinot Noir, they have a very specific shape. Huge bowl, a lot of air, huge bowl. Why? Well, because it's a delicate grape. It doesn't have those big tannins. It's a very subdued, subtle grape. The nose is not going to get out of here if I don't give it a lot of air and reduce the size of the rim at the top so that it's concentrated as it gets out. These are old world, new world. These are both designed specifically for Pinot Noir, Burgundy, etc. It does work, that's for sure. But again, does it make that much of a difference? Maybe a little bit, but 99% of the time I'm coming back to my dishwasher safe universal glass. Let's talk about whites real quick. We'll get over that one. So white. So this is my universal white wine glass. By the way, so universal, that's plastic. Why they do a good job with plastic today. But anyway, that's a universal white wine glass. This is probably a great glass for every single white wine that you can possibly imagine, except for one or two. And those one or two, most people aren't drinking many of those white Riojas that I know of anyway, or especially the big chunky oaky Chardonnays. If you're drinking a big chunky oaky Chardonnay, think of Pinot Noir. It's probably you're better suited with a Pinot Noir glass. Get some more air in it, let it get out, or else you try to do a big chunky oaky wine in this little tiny glass and get your nose that close to the oak. It'll burn you. It's going to be toasty. It's going to be too much for you. But 99% of the time, this white wine glass will do everything you need it to do. It's dishwasher safe. It's $3 or $4 or $5. And if you broke it, you wouldn't be heartbroken. Go for it. This is the way to go, I think, for almost every white wine across the board. Now, that doesn't mean if I do something special or a little different, I might want to go to a tulip. But the truth is, I like the tulip nowadays for sparkling. We used to use the flute. Sparkling has now become more popular because it's Prosecco. Right? It seems like everybody's drinking Prosecco these days. And, you know, do I really care about putting Prosecco in a flute? Maybe. But certainly a high quality champagne does make sense. It's beautiful to watch the bubbles. It helps to concentrate the carbonation and keeps it lasting longer. And the truth is, the nose is not overly dramatic in many of those wines anyway, so I don't need a big rim. But I've moved on, and I think many people have, to bigger glasses for my sparkling. Whether it's Prosecco, whether it's champagne, or just a sparkling white, these glasses are going to be just fine in most cases. I think they also help with the aromatic aspect of it. I'm not a big fan of the aromatic aspect of it out of a flute. So this definitely is the right glass to do for that. And then, of course, your fortified wines, your late harvest Rieslings, etc. We always keep a couple of these, well, keep a lot of these around. That's going to work fine. And then to end this thing, if you're going to do stemless, make sure it has the bowl shape of a wine glass. Other than that, it's not that important, except that if you're drinking a lot of white wine out of a stemless, you're going to probably warm it up quicker than you would like. But it is safe. You're not going to break them as easily. And they seem to be a trend right now. We always keep several around. We do use them when we're outside more often than when we're inside. Or the guys are playing poker, it certainly fits nice in the cup holder. Great glass, easy to use. Make sure it's the right shape. But do not, repeat, do not. Try to avoid anyway. Let's try to avoid one thing. Let's try to avoid using glasses that are shaped like this. This is a water glass. This is a wine glass. Really, it's something, maybe it's a pet peeve of mine, I don't know. But either way, this is not going to help the wine. Not going to hurt the wine, but neither is it going to be drinking out of a tumbler. Drink it out of a shot glass for all I care. If that's really turning you on, or a mason jar, that's fine. This is the same as doing that. This is a wine glass. This will enhance the wine. This will not. It's that simple. And then the other thing I see from time to time is people drinking out of glasses that look kind of like that. I don't get it, but I guess it's cute. Got to bring my own glasses when I come to your house, but that's a different story. And as always, share with us what's in your glass, and we will share with you what's in our glass as well, and let you know whether or not we like it. Follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and it's always nice to have you. It's always nice